Greetings and welcome back to the road to the Great Canadian Open Winter 2026. My name is Clarence and this is my video series as you follow me as I paint up my Brotherhood of the Banners Army 1 hour a day, 1 day at a time. And we are back after a brief hiatus and only a few battle reports in between because my friend Andy has printed out for me some really cool Brotherhood banners, activation banners that is, ironic, and I'm going to be working on them today. I don't know if I can get them done in an hour, but we're going to get started. And it'll be the last piece for my army before the Great Canadian Open. So just as a reminder, it's been a while since I've had this rant. Why am I doing this video series is to help people out there who are trying to paint their armies. I'm trying to show you what you can do if you regularly chip away your army and work at it. Because that's the real key. There are no magic bullets. There's no, get your army done in a weekend. Unless you spend the entire weekend doing it, of course. The real way to get an army done regularly is to just chip, 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 chug, 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 do a little bit on a regular basis. So I think for new players or even existing players who are unsure about how to paint their guys, I recommend a simple technique like Slapchop. I've got a link in the description box below. It's a very simple technique, does not require a lot of skill at all. All you really have to be able to do is to paint within the lines and be neat. But it's literally one thin coat over a couple of priming layers and then you're done. And so keep it simple and just work at it. So I was doing 1 hour a day. I found that once I started work, it was harder, of course, to do that between work obligations. I have a girlfriend and like after school stuff and like going to game and other hobbies. It's hard to find that hour, but I urge you to find pockets of time, as I call them. So often, once work started, I didn't have a full hour back to back. So I would paint for maybe half an hour in the morning, half an hour I got back from work. So just have to find pockets of time. And you might notice if you've been watching the video series that I'll often say like, this took me 20 minutes, this took me 40 minutes, whatever. So you can just do a chunk of work in that pocket of time that you can find. So to look for those pockets of time, ask yourself, if you watch TV, if you play video games, if you are on your phone scrolling, can you do that for 30 minutes less, 45 minutes less, 1 hour less a day to get some work done in your army? Because once you've done your army, it is done forever. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes work. My project took me probably 3 months worth of work, more or less, 1 hour a day. But once it's done, after 3 months, it's done forever, ever, and I'm going to enjoy it for months and months and months, if not years, hopefully, on end. So that's the first part of the preachy rant. The second part, and hopefully you don't hear this for the last time, is I hope you can make it down in January to the Great Canadian Open, hosted by TGX at the Small Arms Inspection Building in Mississauga. It's going to be a fantastic tournament. We've run it for a couple of years now. This event will be the same as last year. It's going to be a 32-player event run over 2 days, 3 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. It's just lots of fun. It's going to be more or less a vanilla standard tournament, toolless format, player pick terrain, but it's a great time against great people with great armies coming out. So please come on down. We're looking for people from all over the GTA. If you're from outside of Toronto, but you're nearby at Kitchener-Waterloo, London, Windsor, if you're from Barrie, North Bay, Sudbury, if you're from the east side, Kingston, Ottawa, Gatineau, Montreal, Quebec City. If you're from the States, you're welcome to come down and take part. Hope to see you there with my Brotherhood. So with all that out of the way, let's move on to see what the project is now. So here are the really cool banners that Andy printed for me. He found a file online somewhere. I'd seen them at the shop, and I asked if he could make them for me. And here's a peasant for size reference. So these are really, really big, way larger than the actual activation banners that Simon produces. Now, he made them bigger because the first set he made were a little bit brittle where the sword meets the stone, and they were snapping off here and there. So he made them larger to hopefully make them more sturdy and more durable. Also, I had him make me 8. I only plan on having 5, maybe 6 activations on the table, but I thought if I have 8 and 1 or 2 breaks, I'll have extras to still run a 5. And sometimes I do like playing big games. I have been known to play 100-point games before, so one day my Brotherhood army could get to 100 points, and maybe I'll actually need 8 activation banners. So this is how they look. Now, if you take a close look, I'm not going to bother zooming in. I did notice that there's little bits of flash here and there. So the first step is going to be to clean off any extra flash, and then I think Andy mentioned to me that I should also scrub them down with soap to get rid of any kind of mold release residue or any plastic residue from the 3D printer.
And then we're going to prime them up and get going. Now, how will I paint them? Because these are swords, meaning it's mostly metalwork. It's going to be, golds and silvers. The handle, I think I'll go with red. And then the flames. Do I do it the usual Slapchop way that I've been doing flames? Because the flames, actually, the way I did it was I would paint them in white and just put on the contrast paints and kind of blend them up a little bit. So I don't think there's a lot of value to actually painting them with the Zenithal Wraithbone white spray. I think I'll just do them black. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's going to prime them black after the wash. So we're going to start there for today. We're going to clean the flash off, give them a scrub, prime them black, and see how much time we got left. So see you soon. 1 hour work starts now. 1 hour later, we are done prepping the banners or the swords. So basically the process was I used a X-Acto knife to trim down any excess flash and cut off any kind of support structure stuff, and then I took a old toothbrush and some soap and I scrubbed down the models from all sides, then took them out to prime. Once they were dry, brought them back in and used some watered down Abaddon Black to coat over the models. Again, I haven't dealt with this material before, and I don't know if the paint's going to run off. So just hopefully the wash and the prime and the black, the Abaddon Black will prevent that. So that was actually an hour. It took 40 minutes for the clean and the scrub, and then another 20 minutes to touch up the black. So we're done for the day, folks, and we're going to do one more episode, hopefully, to paint them up. I don't think it should take too long, because it's just pretty much metals and a couple of reds in the base. But we're going to find out. So we're going to stop here, folks, and we got some bonus content for you. Battle report incoming. And before I say keep the faith, I hope you've enjoyed the series so far, folks, and I hope that the paintings have been inspired you to paint too. And I will be intermittently posting battle reports here and there, and maybe we'll come back towards January when I have more time to work on additional units like Stormcrow Dervishes and Telecav. All right, folks, battle report coming up. And we are back at X Planet Games, playing a Song of Ice and Fire with the man, the legend, Jay. And we're off against this Free Folk today, and we're playing something different. We got a variation of a Harma list. So on the flank here, this is a new combination for Jay. He's running Tormund with Harmer's Bannerman in Thens. It's going to give him Warcry and Stalwart. Usually he puts the Spear of Matriarch for the retreat and heals, so we'll see how this plays out instead. We've got the Commander Harma in Cave Dwellers, so they're incredibly mobile with enhanced mobility and ambush, I believe, or whatever that rule's called.
Superior flanking.
Superior flanking, got it. Borak and Raiders with his trusty boar. We got Varamir. We've got the Death Star of the Bone Lord's Chosen and Raoul Shirt. And then there's a cat in reserve somewhere. Yes, there's a cat. Meow, cat. And then we've got for NCUs, Lady Val. Oh no, Abel the Bard. Not this guy. This guy's very annoying because he can lock you out of the tactics board. Pretty cool. And the man, the legend, Craster for some extra heals and cards. On my side, because he's running so many activations, I'm running my multi-activation list as well. We've got Commander Thoros and his High Garden Pikeman with Edric Dane. We've got the Bowman with Hot Pie. We've got Gendry in the Stormcrow Mercs. We've got some Peasants with Tom Seven Strings, and we've got the Sword Knights with the Fortune Seeker. My NCUs are Varys, Caitlyn, and Ravella the Huge. We are playing a Winds of Winter. And for terrain, Jay on the roll, he's putting a tree. Makes sense because clears the area, and Free Folk are notoriously medium morale. I have Bowman, so I put down a palisade. He put another tree down, and I made one side worse by putting a palisade there. We diced off. Jay won the roll. He chose to take that side to break that down early, probably. And I have the option to go first. So we'll see how round one ends up. See you soon. Alrighty, end of round one. A lot of maneuvering happened. So what happened overall is that Jay started swinging his army to the right. So instead of using the palisade as I normally do, my archers started coming towards the right as well. They came forward very aggressively and tack repoed. I was going to use the palisade to block, but Jay can now just blow it up very easily, so I decided to hang back instead. It's tricky playing against Harma because she's got a shifting card, so you have to just assume they have an extra 2 inches of their movement. So I just stayed further back to avoid getting charged and killed. So nothing too exciting. I did put Caitlyn on Varamir, so he's kind of far back. For me, these two units are pushing forward hard, which is my big scary threats. And we'll see if I can intercept in time. So that's the end of round one. On to round two. All right. End of round two. Jay played Sword and Envelope. And
and I played burn 2 tokens, get a point. So we're still playing it slow. I think Jay took the. What did you take first?
I took horse and I took bag first.
What's that?
11. No, I took horse first.
Horse first. They pushed up.
Right.
Yes.
Then I backed up.
And then I took Caitlyn to put here. He backed up as a result, took a wound. I tried a 3-up charge and I failed. No big deal. They pushed up to give me options for shooting on the boar or the fens. Over on this side here, we just kind of push forward. Nothing too exciting. Jay's doing a cool move here where both trays are slightly in front, so you cannot charge this unit. And because he pushed so hard here, I'm just kind of reinforcing this side over here. I played Take Up the Sword to put 2 tokens here, and I taunted him, so he had 3 tokens. I burnt 2 of them to gain 1 point. So it is 1-0, nothing much happening right now. Let us see how round 3 goes. Alrighty, end of round 3. Jay stole first player, so he scored a point, so it's 1-1. And then I played Engage More Ranks. Action. This side, not much happened. The boar came forward to break the stakes, or the palisade. I did bring him down below ranks, but he played Regroup Perform to heal them up. On this side, Jay failed 3-up charge, unfortunately, so he wasn't able to make it into Thoros. Thoros barreled in, did 9 wounds, which is pretty insane. They charged here, but were taunted, so they only did 1 damage. I had Azor High to take 1 wound from the panic test. They retreated to not get engaged. Heads just kind of ran back. So it is now 2-1 because they scored 1 point here. I'm now first player. I'm going to try and kill Harma, of course, with a sword. We'll see if Jay can punish me with a Endless Horde or a Tactic Zone card. Let us find out. Round 4 coming up. End of round 4. So I played Hold the Middle, and Jay played Revenge card. So I was really hoping that after a sword kill on Harma, I'd have a way to get to the middle. And Jay did a very good job of activating on the board to tie me up. So first he activated, so I did sword and kill Harma. I surged in a position to threaten the flank of both these units. He reacted by charging me with the raiders and the boar, took a beating. I used the horse to retreat, healed up. Then the cat came in and charged me, so now I had no way to retreat because I didn't have sudden retreat to get into Varamir. I did have to burn quite a few resources to stay healthy. And what else happened that was kind of cool? So because I chose the Hold the Middle card, Varamir held the middle. The archers killed the boar. Both sides kind of dirtled here. He got into my flank for a setup. Over here, they charged and dealt some damage. I had to use a Revella token to heal up some damage, and a Varus token as well. So it's now 3-3, and here's the position. Jay did a clutch draw, start of the turn. He did draw Endless Horde. Harma was on our death's door, so we have a new unit raiders way back there. So that's it for round 4, 3-3, on to round 5. What a game we have here, folks. It is crazy. Things of note. So Jay played Hold Objectives. I played
Giveaway first turn.
Giveaway first turn because I can't use it anymore anyway. So Jay was able...
Should have had it right now.
That's true. I'm going first anyway. No. Yes, I would have. I got a point. So maybe I misplayed that. So Jay Jay held the 3 objectives around here. Cool play here. He charged in, hit and run back on the point, which is very smart. This unit was just too scary to fight, and the knights, even though they healed a bunch, would have to kill 7 models, and they're weakened, which is unlikely. So I decided to march down here because I have the Forgotten Fellowship, which will give me a free march at the start of the round. See if I can make some plays happen. What else happened of note? Oh, yes. Trapper guy. What's his name again? Borak. Borak charged in to tie me up from the middle. I sudden retreated out, charged back in, and whiffed. Unfortunately, did not kill him, but then a Crowns Up later did kill him. But it stopped me from getting onto the middle, which is clutch. Because Jay is ahead now, 6-5. So we're 1 point away. I'm ahead on material, but behind on points. And in this game, it's just the cards that score you points plus kills. So let's see where this goes. It is the last roll of the game, essentially. I played Tactics board. Jay played... Unfortunately, he had 2 2-point cards at the end. He had Hold the Middle, which is untenable because I had all the stuff in the middle, or get into the enemy deployment zone. So we already had some cool stuff happen, which is I played Forgotten Fellowship, flanked Varamir, didn't kill him but crippled him, and then a Varus
from the sword killed off him. So I am right now down a point. We're each going to score 2 for being in the enemy deployment zone unengaged. That cannot be stopped unless this unit, which used a horse and a deceitful reposition, can make this charge. We checked. It is 10 inches. So the last roll of the game is a 4+ to decide what happens. So here we go. Charge! Oh, it's a 3, 1 inch shy. So with that, Jay will win 9-8. Last game. That was a great game, Jay.
Awesome game.
I feel like a chess match. Holy crap.
It was.
It's a good game. All right. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.